Coming from Engadget, New York enacts first U.S. ban on data center construction. Governor Kathy Hochul just signed an executive order barring the state from approving data centers using 50 megawatts or more. So I kind of think this is an interesting story to take a look at because I was literally just talking with somebody from Texas and they were talking about the abject disaster of these AI data centers in Texas. Basically, they were saying a number of years ago that the Texas politicians decided AI data centers were going to be the future of Texas. So they started giving out tax breaks and all these incentives to bring AI data centers to Texas. And now they're realizing that was a pretty dumb idea. Everything from water to electricity to housing prices, it is absolutely just gone through the roof. And I guess a lot of Texans are rather irritated by this disaster. So it's interesting to see New York come into all of this and ban new data center construction for at least 1 year. So this is an executive order. I do dislike this type of thing. To be clear, whether it's from Trump or whether it's from a Democrat or Biden or anybody else, right? I don't think executive orders are a good way to legislate. I don't think there should be legislation from the bench. I don't think there should be legislation with a lot of executive orders or signing statements or that type of deal. But it is interesting to see that this is the way the politicians are now currently moving. And they're realizing that a lot of Americans fucking hate artificial intelligence. It is really fascinating to me, this whole AI revolution, and how the power players in the AI space have just been some of the stupidest geeks to ever exist on planet Earth. Right? I've talked about this before, being in the tech world for a long time. There's always ramifications for technology. There's always upsides for technology, but there's always downsides for technology, all right? So when people create education on Udemy, so Udemy or YouTube videos or that type of thing, it is great because it democratizes education. It's also one of the things that's pushing the downfall of universities and pay for schools, right? If the whole thing, if somebody can go to YouTube and learn how to do something, why should they pay for college or trade school or that type of deal, right? But that's the thing, is like you always focus on the democratization of education. You don't focus on professors getting fired at the end of tenure or that type of thing. We talk about this with email, right? You talk about email or communication platforms. You talk about efficiency and reducing friction and creating a paper trail so people know what's going on. Things can be archived, right? There's all these amazing things that you talk about with communication systems. You don't talk about the mailman not having work anymore, right? Where basically, mail services all around the world are now going bankrupt because people aren't using mail the way that they used to, right? You focus on the good stuff and you fucking ignore the bad stuff. That's how it's supposed to be, right? Oh my God, you get Dario out there, you get Sam Altman, you get some of the stupidest people to ever be CEOs of technology companies. And what did they do for the past number of years? They came out and they were the biggest doomers. Like, one of the funniest things that I hear now out of like the tech CEOs is like, I am tired of this doomer mentality. And you're like, motherfucker, you're the ones that have been pushing the doomer mentality for the past couple of years. I would have never thought of artificial intelligence being more dangerous than nuclear weapons. That idea is so fucking beyond stupid, it would have never entered my head. You dipshits were the ones to promulgate that to the world, right? The idea that AI is going to take everybody's jobs. Obviously, that is not the truth. If you've actually done work out of the tech sector, you understand pushing technology into other verticals in our economy is a complete and utter pain in the ass. Will the technology cause damage 20 years from? Yes, but everything's going to cause damage 20 years from now, right? You don't push that crap, right? But that's the thing. You've had these CEOs just come out and they have just been pushing the doomer mentality. And one of the big issues is as they push the doomer mentality, there are also actual problems. That's the whole issue, right? Like, is it more dangerous than nuclear weapons? No. Is it going to put everybody out of work? No. Does it consume a shit ton of electricity? Yes. Yes, it does do that, right? Does it consume a lot of water? Yes. It also does that, right? When you're building these big ass data centers, does that affect traffic and that kind of thing? Yes, it does that. Eminent domain, if you're going to be building power lines and data centers and all that kind of stuff, are you going to have to confiscate private property from American citizens? Yes, right? So you get these idiots out there saying we are creating technology more dangerous than nuclear weapons. That's going to take everybody's jobs, right? That's already in people's minds. And then the real problems come up: electricity costs, water utilization, eminent domain. And here's a shocker. American citizens don't want this garbage. They fucking hate you. They look at you like the most worthless pieces of crap that any mama ever shat out of their bungholes. And there's now starting to be more and more pushback against this complete and utter idiocy. And I think that's what we're going to see with New York pushing back on data centers and more places pushing back on data centers. And what's going to happen is places like Texas, they are going to be shown out to be the fucking idiots. They were so fucking dumb to trust big tech. You don't want to be like Texas and fucking trust these people. Look at what Sam Altman supposedly is willing to do to his own fucking sister. If he's willing to do that to his own fucking sister, what's he willing to do to your fucking sister? What's he willing to do to your fucking family? What's he willing to do to your entire fucking community? Just so he can feel a little bit better about himself, right? I think that is going to be the mentality that we're going to start seeing more and more as people push back against this idiocy. But anyways, we go here. New York has become the first U.S. state to place a moratorium on the construction of data centers. Governor Kathy Hochul signed an executive order pausing environmental permits for large data centers consuming more than 50 megawatts for up to a year. This is something to be concerned about, though, in the tech world. You give them a number, they will do something under that number. Oh, 50 megawatts? Yeah, we do 49.5 megawatts. We just put 20 of them in a row. So do be careful about that. That will give state officials the required time to create rules protecting the electrical grid, environment, and local communities. I do wonder about this too, is when they start restricting the building of these data centers and they start talking about protecting the electrical grid. That's probably something you can do. The environment, look, boys and girls, you put in a data center, you're gonna mow down a lot of trees. It's always one of those weird things I notice with people. Like whenever there's a new development, people lose their minds. What about the trees? What about the animals? What about the environment? Now here's the thing, their house that got built like 20 years ago. Before their house was built, there was a forest there too. And there were trees and animals and there was environment there. And then it got mowed down for their house. How many of these people are willing to burn their own house to the ground, plant a tree in the middle, and walk the hell away? Yeah, not many. Eli, you don't understand. No, I don't understand. That's one of the problems we have with this whole modern world is it's a bridge too far to harm the environment for your economic benefit. But when everything was harmed for my economic benefit, that's just how it was back in the day. So I do wonder with this, as they push these environmental rules, especially in New York State, I do think that can go sideways. The other thing too with local communities, this will be an interesting question of, again, what does that actually mean? Do we get NIMBYism or whatever else? People don't want any data centers in their own backyards. We like our town as it is, so we don't want any data centers anymore. I wonder what that'll do. As I keep reminding everybody, Wyoming exists. Have you thought about Wyoming? It's a big place. It is a big place. Quote, New York will lead the way in creating the strongest standards in the nation for data center development, ensuring that when companies succeed because of New York, New Yorkers succeed too, said Hochul at a press conference. The order will take effect immediately and not affect projects that already have the required permits. So this is going to be the other interesting thing is, again, how do you measure success? We'll find out. Hochul, a pro-business moderate, initially said that data center bans should be left to cities and communities. Ahead of local elections, however, she decided to follow through on the moratorium, quote, as data center development threatens to hike up utility bills, deplete our natural resources, and create uncertainty for New Yorkers, it's my responsibility to take action and lead, she said. And so that is where we get the moratorium. And so it'll be curious to see if more politicians follow her particular lead. This is one of the curious things. Again, when we talk about artificial intelligence, none of these politicians know what the fuck is going on. 99% of the population doesn't know what the fuck is going on. They hear AI, they think about Skynet and Terminators and HAL and whatever crappy ass Hollywood movie they saw last that had AI in it. That's what they're thinking about artificial intelligence. They're not really thinking about what this stuff actually is, what it actually does, the value propositions, and a lot of those types of things. And so that's where, I talk about that with Bernie Sanders, where Bernie Sanders wants to confiscate 50% equity in all of these AI companies. And then from the profit of these AI companies, he's going to provide every American citizen $1,000 a year. And once the profit gets high enough, it'll pay for hospitals and schools and everything else. And again, as I keep saying, but it's not, but they keep burning money. 50% of negative billions. I don't know how that gets to paying for hospitals, right? But in his mind, he thinks this is the most profitable venture to ever be created, right? It's a bunch of garbage, right? We see this out of the Trump administration, supposedly Republican, right? Trump administration. They're trying to take equity stakes, not 50% equity stakes, right? But that's where Sam Altman is trying to give. He's trying to hand. Please take this 5% equity in my company, right? The idea that this should go into a national investment fund or national, what is it called? National trust fund or whatever. And basically that should build up to provide value for people. But again, companies that are just, they're just failing. They're just completely and utterly burning cash. And that's what I worry about with a lot of these politicians is I think they are taking knee-jerk reactions based off of population's viewpoints of these things, basically going down a very populist route. And I wonder how that'll work out in the day. And as I've talked about many times before, we don't have a national industrial policy. When you look at China, people are like, oh, you're such a Sinophile. And you know, I wasn't. Let me be honest. 6 months ago, I was not. I'm getting there though. I'm getting there. They have an industrial policy. Like they keep pushing the ball forward, right? They now have AI hardware and software. They just caught their first reusable booster stage for a rocket. They are putting, rovers on the dark side of the moon. They keep moving forward with what they're doing, right? And that's what I see with the United States right now. Is like we don't have any policy. It's whoever can get in front of a politician and wow the politician with a particular set of sound bites, right? It's either, the sound bites might be, we have to win the AI war with China or we'll lose the race for civilization, right? Some people like that sound bite. Other people, it's like AI is going to consume all the water in the country. But other people like that soundbite. That's like whatever soundbite the politician likes, that's the policy they're going to go for. Right? Not just like, hey, we could actually sit down and have a discussion about this technology. Figure out what we actually need to build. Figure out what, appropriate investment in this space would be. Figuring out geographically, what's the best location for a data set? I'm saying Wyoming. I'm saying hey, there's the middle of Wyoming. Look, the west part of Wyoming, fucking amazing. The east part of Wyoming, fucking amazing. There's a big middle slice of Wyoming. We could put all the data centers in Wyoming. I'm telling you, if we had a national policy, we could do something like that. But anyways, instead we get sound bites. So what do you think about this? What do you think about in New York enacting the first U.S. ban on data center construction for a year? Do you think it's actually going to get them any closer to policy? Right? When you are arguing over populist buzzwords, how in God's name does that get you anywhere near appropriate technical policy, industrial policy? I don't know. Put your thoughts in the comment section. If you like these videos, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.